Hi, this music is one of the very first jazz standards I learned, and you may recognize this tune already. And in today's lesson, I will show you a few tips and tricks that you can apply to this tune, but more importantly, I will teach you how and why you should use this when you are playing the piano. So without further ado, let's start. So now, let's play the famous jazz standard Some Other Time. It was a tune written by Leonard Bernstein in 1944, and it was recorded multiple times by Bill Evans. The way I play it is highly inspired by Bill Evans. Here you see the sheet music of the tune. For now, we're going to only focus on the A part of Some Other Time, but maybe, just maybe, we can focus on the B part some other time. Now, in this tune, one featured pedal, this is a pedal that you are rarely using, right? So this is the one and only Sostenuto pedal, is the middle pedal of your grand piano. And in this lesson, I'm going to teach you some tips and advices on how you can use this pedal in a very smart way. So now let me play for you Some Other Time. I'm going to play it now. This is, as I said, highly inspired by Bill Evans. So without further ado, here is the clip. And now pay attention to how I use the middle pedal, the Sostenuto pedal. So that was me playing Some Other Time, and right now we're going to focus on the Sostenuto pedal. I have some good news and some bad news for you. The good news is that if you're playing on an acoustic grand piano, you're most likely all set. The bad news is that if you're playing on an upright piano with only two pedals, then you're missing out on this important opportunity. But the good news is that you probably also have an electric piano. So if you're playing on an electric piano, like I did for many years with only one pedal, I didn't realize how much I was missing out on, or the opportunities I was missing, right? So after this lesson, I'm pretty sure that you are going to get out and get three pedals. And there are several options available to you. This one requires 3 inputs on your piano, or a modern piano with a catch them all input, or you can go wireless. This is the one that I have. But as I said, after this lesson, I'm pretty sure that you'll get a Sostenuto pedal for yourself. Now, what does it do? The Sostenuto pedal selectively sustains only the notes that are being held down when the pedal is pressed, allowing other notes played afterwards to remain unaffected. So now let's speak about the Sostenuto pedal. This is an important pedal, and I didn't know anything about it until I started at the Jazz Conservatory, so that's a little bit late. So if you don't know the facts I'm going to share with you now, then it's about time to get the understanding and the importance of the Sostenuto pedal. Let me now play it for you, the tune from the start, just the left-hand part, and let me show you what it sounds like if I don't have a Sostenuto pedal. Now, that was one alternative. Let me play for you another alternative. Now you can tell that the bottom note was disappearing, right? But if I'm going to play it with just the damper pedal, it sounds like this. So as you can tell, these chords are now conflicting. And if you're a little bit critical, you might want to ask, why don't you just use your right hand? I could do that, but I'm going to save my right hand because I'm going to play the melody with my right hand while I'm doing this stuff with my left hand. So the importance of the Sostenuto pedal is that you can play now these two notes and use the Sostenuto pedal And then these two now are ringing. Everything else is not ringing. These two are sustained, these are not. So that means I can play like this. So I can release the damper pedal, but still these two are ringing at the bottom. On the screen now, you can see that I've added a coordination exercise for you. This is how to get the feel for the Sostenuto pedal. It's fairly easy to do, but it will take you some time, I guess, to get it up to speed. So let me break it down for you. What you do is to play two notes, for example, a tenth. Then you add the damper, and then you let go of the top note, and then you add the Sostenuto while you're holding down the bottom note, like this. Right, one more time. Play two notes, add the damper, let go of the top note, add the Sostenuto while you're holding down the bottom note, like that. But of course, it's not going to take you that long. It should be like this. So if I let go of the damper pedal now, you can tell that this is the only one that's ringing. And that's how you can tell if you have succeeded with this coordination exercise or not. Let me show you the example in the context of the tune. So you play two notes, add the damper, let go, and add Sostenuto, and play the chords. And then you do a damper shift when you got up here, right? And if I've done this correctly now, this one is ringing still. This one is not, right? Because I was using my little trick. So here's a little tip for you. What you can do is to play the Sostenuto pedal before you get started playing the tune. And then when you start to play the tune, then you're all set, right? If I have done it correctly, which I have done, right? Now this one is still ringing, but nothing else is. Now you know how to use the Sostenuto pedal, but of course it's important to release the Sostenuto pedal when you are going to change the chords. So let me explain that, and also let's speak about the right hand, because what I like to do in this tune is to play the melody in octaves in this area, or range. And with the left hand, now it's important that you release the Sostenuto pedal. If you read music and you paid attention to how I played the chords, you can tell that I was not playing exactly as it was written, but here are some other ideas that you can add it to some other time. You can add some 5-finger chords, so this sounds pretty nice in this style, I think. These are just examples of block chords that you can play only using your right hand. It sounds pretty rich, and in combination with the left hand you can play like this. Together it sounds like this. It's pretty rich and sounds very warm, I think. Another example using the same chord changes is where you are going to add a little bit more stretchy chords. So it sounds like this. And I can tell that you can think this is a little bit too stretchy, I guess. But a lot of people, they cannot reach the 11th. So what you can do is to play on the offbeat, right? And then you add the Sostenuto pedal, because now you can also change the chords. In the context, it's going to sound like this. The next tip I want to give is to change the rhythm, and as I said many times before, it's important to have the melody, the harmony, and the rhythm and the dynamics in your mind as you're playing. So here's one example of what you can do to change the rhythm slightly. This simple little thing is sounding way better, I think, than the original melody. Now you're only adding a triplets, and I'm going to play it in the context. So that's it, and then the next one is where we're going to play block chords, and I like to keep it as a drop 2. Like that. And then. So that's one way of playing the block chords, and you can also add this little trick with your left hand. And in context. It sounds like that. It sounds pretty much richer, I think. Now I also added a wider chord with my right hand. If you want to be really fancy about it, you can also play the root note with your left hand. Because the chord is a D minor, and then together with the right hand. It sounds pretty rich. Yeah, so that was the tune Some Other Time. I would not be able to play like this if I did not have the Sostenuto pedal. And you may be thinking that you want to get the Sostenuto pedal some other time, but if you haven't noticed, life is short, so don't wait. I hope you found this lesson to be useful. If you did, please like, subscribe, and share. You can download the coordination exercise for free. And if you are one of my jazz piano supporters or one of our many students, you can download the sheet snippets used in this lesson. Link to that is down below. Anyway, happy practice, and I will see you some other time. Goodbye.